Now, when we go to the GP for help, we probably expect them to prescribe drugs to give us a little push in the right direction. Well, now doctors in England are going to start prescribing walking and cycling to help improve both our mental and physical health.
Yeah, almost £13 million has been given to 11 local authorities to run a pilot of what's called social prescriptions. It's going to pay for things like walking groups and bike loans. But how much can these things actually help? Well, I'm joined in the studio now by GP Doctor Natalie Rout. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Dr. Rout, who do you think this is going to be aimed at, and exactly how might it work?
It should be aimed at everyone. We need to really encourage people to be exercising. It's good for your health. It has physical benefits, mental health benefits, and in the long run, it will really reduce the burden on the NHS that we see from a whole range of illnesses, from sort of diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problems, lung problems, even cancers. So it's really good to see that the government's paying attention to exercise in general. But I think this is aimed at those people who don't really know where to start, who haven't ever ridden a bike before or too scared to go on the roads before, and people who just want to have a bit of companionship so that they feel motivated to do certain things like walking.
What about those people? I'm sure, you must get this. I'm sure any GPs watching will get those people who want a pill of some description. They want antibiotics and they won't be happy until they've got that. How will a prescription like this actually go down with those sorts of people?
You'd be surprised, actually. I think people are becoming more educated about risks associated with certain drugs, or that maybe actually they can do things naturally and they want to do things naturally. I have lots more patients now coming to me saying, is there anything I can do? Can I change my diet? Can I change my lifestyle at all? So this will be music to some of those people's ears, but with caution, because sometimes we need to give medication. So while, we want to encourage lifestyle changes, if you need a medication and if your doctor is saying, you know what, you need to do this as well as lifestyle changes, then you shouldn't say, no, I don't want to take the medication.
Do you think this is the kind of thing we need to be spending money on, though? Is it not easy enough for you to say to people, go for a walk, or do they need that extra bit of encouragement?
I do this anyway. So for my patients with diabetes, for example, I will say, what are you doing for exercise? What can we change? How can you do it? So we're already doing all of that. But again, I think this is an opportunity perhaps for those people who feel too scared to speak to their doctor about things because they don't know where to start or they don't have the funds, they can't afford to buy a bike. So it'll be good for that cohort of patients. We have to see how these pilots go. We want to make sure that it's targeting the right people, and that just people who what you don't want to run into the risk of is that young people who already like exercising take advantage of it rather than those people who really need it.
And it will be part of like a treatment plan, will it? Not just a sort of one-off, it'd be a 6-month, 12-month or something like that once the scheme's up and running.
I imagine so. It's not going to be sort of a long-term thing. It will be tested. We will have to monitor whether it does change any sort of medical outcomes, so whether we do see that people's diabetes control improves or blood pressure control improves, and I'm hoping that there will be some way of evaluating that.
It'll be really interesting to see how the pilots work out there, won't it?
Exactly.
OK, Dr. Rout, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.